Hello everyone and Happy New Year. This is January 1st, 2020. It's a new year and I have a new vehicle here that I wanted to show you guys. This is a 2011 Volkswagen Jetta with the 2-liter TDI, or the diesel. Now I picked this vehicle up for $1,300 just the other day, and it's got some work that needs to be done to it. I'm going to show you guys what needs to be done, what I've found with the car so far. But I've had some history with this vehicle, doing some work for it, for the previous owners. But they decided that it was time to buy a new vehicle, so here I am with it now. So I picked this thing up for $1,300. It has 226,000 miles on it. And it's, like I mentioned earlier, it's got the diesel in it. That's what really attracted me to this vehicle. Let's take a look on the inside. It's pretty clean. You can see it's got leather interior, heated seats. It's got a touchscreen radio. Put my little phone holder on there. This has the direct shift gearbox, or DSG as it's called. You can see there, that stands for direct shift gearbox. I'll go more into that later on, how that works. It has a dual mass flywheel, which is actually one of the problems, as you'll hear here in a little bit. The vehicle also needs a timing belt done. They said the last timing belt was done on this thing around 100,000 miles. Seeing as it has 226,000 on it right now, we're gonna go ahead and get that job done while we do the dual mass flywheel. But let me start it up for you. You guys can hear it run. Pop the hood. You can hear it already. You guys hear that little rattling noise? Get underneath the car so you can hear it. Can you guys hear that rattling? So what that is, that's one of the problems with the car and one of the reasons I got it so cheap. That is the dual mass flywheel. Now there's a lot of videos on YouTube explaining how these work, but over time the dual mass flywheel wears out and starts to rattle. If not addressed soon, it can result in catastrophic failure to the engine and transmission. So it's one of the things I got to take care of here. But I'm going to pull this little cover off here. You guys can see the rest of the engine. There we go. It's got the 2-liter turbo diesel engine. I've driven it around some. It drives great. Like I said, you know, it just needs some work. You can really hear that rattling. The rattling is most pronounced when the car is cold and it's in park or neutral. This is kind of the first stage of it. Once it's in gear, it goes away, but it's not really something you want to put off. So there's the underhood. It's a wagon. It's got decent room in the back. It's clean, pretty clean. Black leather interior is my favorite. It's easy to clean, and being a technician, the seats are easy to clean and they don't show dirt that well. As a technician, I had a light tan cloth interior car. Got very dirty in no time and was difficult to clean, so I like the black leather interior. It doesn't show dirt that well or grease, especially being a technician, and is very easy to clean. Take a look in the back. Got nice storage space, lots and lots of room. And we got a little bit more storage space under here, and then the spare tire sits under there as well, full-size spare. A little cover comes across there so it hides your belongings. That's the passenger side. It's in very good condition inside and out. Little to no blemishes. You know, we got a little scratch there that'll buff out, a little something there, but very clean overall. Passenger side rear. Passenger side front. Seats are in excellent shape. This is one of the things that really amazed me about this car, is how good a shape the seats are in for that many miles. I'm pretty impressed. Glove box. 16-inch wheels. We've got Goodyear tires with a decent amount of tread left all the way around. All 4 tires match, and I like that. Probably use the tire rotation. I personally like to put my better tires up front on front-wheel drive vehicles. I know a lot of people recommend you do the other way around, but that's just my opinion. I'd rather have my good tires up front on a front-wheel drive vehicle. So there you go, guys. There's the car. Let's go for a little drive. Now you'll notice, once I put the vehicle in gear, the that rattle noise that you hear goes away. So as soon as I put it in gear, no more rattle noise. As soon as you put it in neutral, rattle noise comes back. And that's how you know for 99% sure that you've got a bad dual mass flywheel. And the interesting thing about the dual mass flywheel is it kind of takes the place of a torque converter, I guess you could say. With the direct shift gearboxes, this could go on and on and on. I need to get back to the car, but it dampens vibration, and that's the whole point of having the dual mass flywheel. This transmission shifts extremely quick, as I'll show you here when we go for a little drive. As you can see, nice and quiet now. Probably put my seatbelt on. Might be a good idea. I'll just take you down the street here a little bit. You guys can see what I'm talking about with how it shifts. It's very fast and it's very smooth shifting, and that's what that that's what the direct shift gearbox does. I believe it's direct DSG, direct shift gearbox. Basically, it's 2 independent sets of clutches, so the transmission can pre-select, so to speak. I think I'm getting all this right. Bear with me, I'm still brand new to Volkswagen and all this stuff, so I'm sharing with you guys what I've learned so far. But it's very quiet. It's responsive, got a lot of low-end torque, and the handling is phenomenal. Volkswagen, and well, a lot of German cars for that matter, they really have their handling down this vehicle. I love the way this thing handles. You can see it's got low-end torque. It picks up. And it shifts quick. It's very quick and very smooth. You don't feel this thing shift at all. Fuel efficiency is another big highlight of this vehicle. Last couple times I drove it to and from work, I averaged 43 and 48 miles per gallon, which I was very impressed. Averaged 43 doing 70 miles an hour, averaged 48 doing 60 miles per hour. It'll go. There we go. Little trip around the block here. Thought you guys might like to see that. So there we have it. Go back into the garage here. One other thing I'm going to probably do with this vehicle is the front suspension while I'm at it. When it's cold, it has a loud crunching noise when going over bumps, so I'm going to take care of that. The only thing I don't like about this vehicle so far is the infotainment system and the speakers. The phone is a little bit difficult to get paired and set up and work with it in there. The voice and speech recognition isn't that great. The touchscreen works pretty well though. No complaints there, but on the other hand, the speakers are not that impressive either. When you adjust your tone settings, the bass feels like you barely turn the bass up a little bit, and the mid bass notes really hit you hard, but you don't have any subwoofer type bass. So I'm not too impressed with the sound quality, but I'll tell you what, for $1,300 with the work that it needs and some cool video content that'll be coming soon with this thing, I think it was a good deal. Everything else as far as passing inspection is clean. I know there's going to be people talking about, oh, what about deleting it, getting rid of the DPF? The only thing with that is, guys, the DPF on this car was replaced about a year ago. So with that being brand new, I'm just going to leave it in there. This thing is getting phenomenal fuel mileage already as is, so I'm just going to leave it like that. One other way that you can tell your dual mass flywheel is bad is when you shut the car down, you'll hear it rattle. Let me put you underneath the vehicle so you can hear it. When I shut it off, you'll hear it rattle. You hear that rattling? That's how you know that your clutch is going out and needs to be done. So I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do yet. My thought is I'll do like what I did with that Malibu that a lot of you have probably seen. Here's a little link to it up here wherever it is if you guys want to watch that video. But I think I may, just to simplify it while I'm taking the transmission out and doing the timing belt, because I only have a scissor jack and I don't have a two-post lift, I think I'm just going to raise the car off the front subframe so the engine and transmission stays down. Then I can do all the front suspension easily, the timing belt easily, and take the transmission out and put that flywheel in easily and not have to mess with everything in the tight tolerances under the hood of this car. But if you guys have any suggestions, please let me know. As I mentioned earlier, I'm brand new to Volkswagen. Volkswagen is one of those cars I swore I would never buy, and then here I am with one. But I've always wanted a little diesel car, and I found one for a good price. It needs some work, but I found one for a good price, and I'm pretty happy with it. It's just I do need to get that timing belt done and that dual mass flywheel done before I encounter any catastrophic failures. So there you go, guys. I haven't even made any breaks in this video, but there's a car. Happy New Year. Happy new car. If you guys enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you next time with more videos about this car.